traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Morning Edge webinar. I want to welcome you all back. And I was saying something just before I put you on break. I just tweeted something. It's a kind of a funny picture. If you guys are fans of Game of Thrones, I tweeted that picture of the what's his name from Winterfell. It says, "Brace yourself, summer's coming." Um, but I sent it as more of a joke, saying that May is coming. What happens in May? What happens in May? You guys and gals, anybody? We sell in May and go away. All right. We sell in May, and Al said Cinco de Mayo. Now you're talking, buddy. We also have Mother's Day, but we all sell in May and go away. Um, so the reason why I want to point that out is I was just doing a little bit of research earlier this morning regarding that about the phenomenon, sell in May and go away. We're gonna have to do a little bit of work, but we're gonna do that when we get back from. We're going to do that when we after we finish our bias chart. So for those of you guys that are wondering, you know, what the markets do in May, we're going to look at the German DAX, because the DAX is obviously a little overbought, and then we're going to look at like the S&P and whatnot. Okay, and we'll just see how much evidence there is to suggest that there is selling that comes in during the May and June months. Okay, all right. Now let's start with the euro dollar today, and let's do our morning analysis, because we do have weekly unemployment claims. We have sorry, I didn't mean to yawn again. Jeez, we have weekly unemployment claims. We have new home sales. We've got PMIs. So we've got some data coming out finally here in the U.S. Might give us a little bit of direction. This week has been so just there hasn't been any economic data at all. So, it'd be nice to see some economic data hit the wires that might push the market a little bit, maybe give us some better direction even in the euro dollar. So, no, yesterday I drew this Garley pattern because I was really hoping that rejection at the 108, the 108.10 was going to give us that, the follow through to the downside. And like I said, I think we were heading down that way until, the news that Greece might be closer to getting a deal with its creditors might be the case. So now that kind of leaves us in a different, situation. And what I would like to do at this point is I would like to delete everything, so I don't have to do it one line at a time. I'd like to delete everything, go back out to a 4-hour chart, make sure that we identify the ranges that we're in. Okay, so we have obviously the 110.50. We have the basically 105, 104 and change, but 105 range. I think we are probably tightening in the range right now. I mean, obviously we're smack dab in the middle, but I believe that the moves to 110 and the moves down to 105 are going to be cut short anyway, just like they were here. Okay, so we'll continue to drive inside of this range. Now, where we're going to go from where we're currently at, it's tricky. I would venture to guess that this is pretty key right here. Okay, you can see that trend line that's coming into play, and which may even give us a symmetrical type of move here. Okay, so perhaps today we can drive higher or lower out of this range. Okay, so better than a sharp stick in the eye, I guess. It would be better than that. So resistance 108, support 106, 60. Okay. Yeah, I mean that looks pretty much what we're dealing with here. So, a move above 108, 108, 106.60. That's it. And if we get out of those ranges, maybe we'll move 50 pips. I mean, that would be great. 50 or 100 pips. Gosh, if we can go from 108 to 109 or 106.50 to 105.50, that'd be great. I mean, how nice would that be? To give us a move up to here so we can short. Move down to here so we can get long. Something like that. That would be ideal. And like I said, maybe we get a trifecta of really good or really bad data that drives us that direction. Remember, this is U.S. data that we're looking at today. So when you have U.S. data, crap, I should have sold that Swissy in the 60s. I knew it. I knew it. That's all right. I'm not even looking, so I just happened to glance back and see it. Um, anyway, the thing about the what was I just saying? Oh, the thing about today's data is if we get, you know, all good or all bad data, it's going to drive the dollar appropriately. Remember, the dollar goes up on good data because if we have good data, that is makes it the Fed less, or excuse me, less likely to do more quantitative or less likely to keep rates on hold. Okay, so they might actually start raising rates sooner rather than later. So if we get a trifecta of good data today, that might boost the dollar. If we get a trifecta of bad data today, that might actually weaken the dollar, as people will anticipate that the Fed's going to, not raise rates sooner rather than later. So, like I said, if we can get all three pieces of data as good data, or all three pieces of data as bad data, we might get some directional dollar movement today, which would be nice. I mean, pops us out of this range. Um, let's go to the cable. So the cable, like I said, I've got a short at 150.42, 150.43. I just have to round up my average a little bit, 42 and change. But anyway, I liked the false breakout yesterday. I traded it to the short side, covered, shorted again. I covered it like whenever you guys were with me. We shorted it like what, 60 something. I covered it at like 20 something. Then I reshorted again yesterday at 40 something, 42 and change, almost 43. And then I'm sitting in it right now. I'm sitting short. I actually had an order to sell more at 151. If we, for some reason, get to 151, 07, I would sell again. The question is now, what are we going to do here? You know, so I guess that's obviously very important, right? Right? Touch, 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 touch. That is very important today. 149, let's just call it roughly 149.60. Okay. 149.60, important support. And resistance is going to be probably yesterday's highs, 150.75-ish, 150.75. We are still in a range. But I'll tell you, if we get some strong U.S. data today and the euro breaks down, the cables, I'd rather just well, I'm already short the pound, but I'd rather just add to cable shorts. You know what I mean? That's what I would rather do. I'd rather just add to those shorts because rather than trying to trade the euro, because like I said, there's a lot of euro news around, you know. Um, but anyway, that 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 support will be pretty key. Okay, and resistance up here, I think, is going to be resistance is futile. Um, oh, Nick has some analysis. You know, I've seen this. The sell in May, which is um, sell in May and come back on Saint Ledger Day, is I'll have to read that again. I read that article almost every year, and I always forget about it. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. Um, I'll read that when I'm on break. Let's see, and then we'll rehash it all out. Thank you, Nick. So here's the Swissy. So the good news is the Swissy forged its support today. I would say the Swissy has really critical support here at 96. Let's just call it 96.15. Okay. Also, actually, I'm going to say it's 96 cents. Let's take that, do that. Whoops. This is, if we get back down here, I'm not suggesting that we will. I'm kind of hoping we won't since I'm already long, but this right here is a buy zone right through here. That 50% retracement, you got that high, that high, that high, okay? That low, you can see that, 50% retracement. This is a buy zone. So if we dip down here to 96 cents, you want to boop, boop, okay? If we see some dollar weakness, I think you want to buy it on dollar weakness. It's going to be some support. Okay? All right. Let's go over to the resistance. So if we get a little boost up here, you're probably going to get the people that were chasing this Swissy at those highs overnight. They're going to be happy to get out up here. So that's at 96.90. Okay. If we can make it back up there. In other words, you want to be buying on dips, I think. I mean, we're still in a range, but, you know, still. All right. Let's see. Cable's getting a little boost up right now. Let's go dollar yen. So the dollar yen, even with equity markets a little weaker here, the dollar yen, man, it's like I think it's because the Nikkei is holding up so well. The dollar yen's just really holding up near this 120 level. Very frustrating to me. I mean, I've gone from being up 150 pips or whatever to being up 40 pips right now. Or up 200 pips to up 40. Very frustrating. I'm still sitting in it. I mean, obviously, I'm playing the dollar yen more to the, you know, I'm playing it more to the to the short side. You know, hopefully I can make it all the way until May. But let's take a look at something. High, low. We're at the 618, so move back up to 120.34 would be a good selling opportunity at 120.34. If we can get up there. So there's going to be two resistance levels. 120.10, 120.10, 1. 20, 34. Okay. We're definitely, as frustrating as it is, in a range. Support, that low. Wow, some really strong support there. Um, I mean, that's good support, but you can see this trend line is actually pretty stout. Can leave that there. One 1965. Okay. All right, let's go over to the Canadian. Now the Canadian has been really underperforming today. It's been. Somebody asked me about the Canadian yesterday. I'm like, man, I don't know. It's a piece of garbage. I um, was hoping we'd get a rally in the Canadian at 123.50 because I think that's a layup short. That's like one of those. Okay, if we can ever get up there, I'm having my doubts. If we can get back up to the breakdown point, you know, I think everybody else is trying to wait for that selling price too. But anyway, 121.80, 123. These are the numbers we wrote down yesterday. Same numbers. 121. Oops. 1.2180. 1.23. Right. 1.23. Okay. We're in a bearish. We're we moved out of this range, so we're in a bearish trend at the moment. Okay, with the Canadian. Um, wow, look at the euros getting a boost back up. It's so choppy. Wait, hold on. There's a chatter about a new June 30th deadline for Greece that's helping the euro push higher right now. So choppy. Here we go. We're going right into trendline resistance, by the way. You know, um, this is a trendline resistance that you got to be careful with. Let's see here. Thinking about shorting into the strength, actually. Thinking about it. Thinking about laying some out here. Euro's actually looking pretty stout. I'm gonna. You know what I may do is actually I might short some more cable up here. I did. My cost average is 150.38. Sold just a little bit more. Okay. Okay. All right. And actually, you might. Yeah, I mean, we're in this. We have this trend line coming into play. If you want to scalp the euro short here, might not be a bad idea. I just don't know if I really want to watch it. You know. Um, by the way, if my allergies if I sound stuffy today, I went out to the park yesterday afternoon and practiced. My son wants to be a goalie. He's actually really good for being 7 years old. He's He needs to grow. He needs to grow a little taller. But anyway, we were out yesterday practicing, and my allergies started to act up late in the day. Okay. All right. Let's see. Got to go back into the Canadian. So where was I? Oh, we already did the Canadian. Canadian. Okay. Let's go to the Kiwi. Here's the Kiwi. So there's the Kiwi dollar, and so we had this little double top here that played out. It's already done. Let's see. Oh, it's almost done. All right, a little bit more to go. I mean, by the time we get to there, we should probably be hitting some support. So let's remove that and let's figure this out really quick. Support in the Kiwi 618. We're touching it right now, huh? Spike highs here. Comes in about 75.40. That's first level support. 0.7540. And this trend line is going to come in at 75. So okay. Oops. Crap. There we go. Resistance for the Kiwi. Now the resistance is going to be right back up to the breakdown point, which will be 76, 35. All right. I need more coffee, which I'll get here in just 1 second. All right, let's go to the Aussie, and then I'm going to put you guys on break. I need more coffee. Okay, so here's the Aussie. What is all this garbage? Where did all this drawing come from? What all happened here? It's a disaster. Oh, okay. So down channel, that's what this is. Let me get rid of that really quick. Just remove that. Let me remove this. What is that? Okay. Get rid of that. I don't want that now. What is this? Let's remove that. Okay, let's remove that. Let's remove that. Trying to clean it up a little bit. Let's remove that because we rejected it, the 786. Okay. So what do we got here? What we've got is we've got a failure to communicate. What to do with the Aussie here? I don't know what to do here. So what I'm thinking here is by the time we get down here, this is going to be a really key support because you're going to see this quite possibly this channel, right? Channel. Quite possibly that channel might be in play. So 76, let's just call it 76.75. But I mean, you can already see the 4 hour chart starting to give us a hammer. So I don't know if I want to write that down yet. This is the hourly. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard call. I don't. I really don't know. I don't know what to do with this Aussie right here. When I feel that way, that means I'm probably not going to be trading the Aussie today. That's when I can't see anything really. It doesn't look clear. Like I don't know what to do. That means I'd probably just buy a dip down to 76, 75, and you know, it's really, really. Yeah, I don't even see. I don't really see any reason to trade this right now. All right, so support's going to be at 76. Let's just call it 76, 75. Okay, and that's not even great support. It's just down here. Um, I mean, who might be doing this? So if we get any rally back up towards, let's just call it 70, 77, 90. Like this. Probably decent short up there. I don't know, guys. Okay, when I come back, we're going to do the dollar index. I'm going to go get some coffee. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, traders, this is Blake Morrow, and you are listening to the Morning Edge webinar. I want to welcome you all back. So we got to do the dollar index really quick. Okay, so here's the dollar. So yesterday, we were right here, and we go, oh, if we break through that trend line, we're going to get an up move, right? That's why that came. So we got a little up move yesterday afternoon, and then this has been, even into the evening, and this has been today. So let's delete that, and let's delete that, and let's just leave it at that and realize how crappy this market is. Okay, so I think it's safe to say, and hopefully this economic data will push us one way or the other. So there's the dollar here, and here's the dollar here. Damn it. All right, so I think those are our ranges that we're dealing with, right? Oops. Let's delete that. Oh no. Dang it. Give me a second, guys. I just completely screwed up my dollar. No. No. Okay. Delete that. Delete that. And let's zoom back out. Okay. And we'll just put it on the 4 hour chart. It'll be a little bit easier here. Okay, so here's the 4 hour chart, and I believe, I do believe that we just have to do this Just kind of realize we're stuck here for a moment and do that. Okay, so support comes in at 79. What's that spike low? 79. I mean 97.40. Sorry, 97.40. And 97.40 is going to be key support because if we break through that, then the dollar is going to be in some trouble. Okay, I think we should come with that realization that if the dollar does break that support, this will be very problematic for dollar bulls because not only will it be really problematic for dollar bulls if that happens for that reason, but also, okay, if you zoom out, so let's go to like a daily, you realize that's probably a pretty severe trend line that we're crack-a-lacking, Um, that might be able to give us, some sort of move that'll be, a lot lower in time. Okay, if we can really start breaking down. So let's focus on that level of support. I think that's going to be pretty key today. Not saying that we're going to break it. I'm just saying that we got to be watching really closely. Upside resistance at 98.35. And let's just take the realization that that's where we're at. Okay, now a couple other things really fast, and then we're going to talk about this whole sell in May, go away thing. Let's take a look at and I don't even know if we need to put these on the bias chart yet. Hold on.